Hey Atlanta, thank you for watching On the Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. I'm your host, Simone Jameson, here at the Georgia State Capitol for the Honoring Women in Radio event here in Atlanta, honoring the 7 wonders in radio, a host of radio personalities. Stay tuned for exclusive interviews with the personalities themselves, as well as some state representatives, and some sneak peek inside the Georgia State Capitol. You do not want to miss this. Hey Atlanta, thank you for continuing to watch us here on the Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. Today I am joined by the gorgeous Renee Miller. You may have seen her doing the Georgia Lottery and listening to her on Magic 107.5. She's out with me today. How are you feeling, Renee?
Hi, I'm so glad to be here today, and I just want to say thank you to D. Hill and to Representative Valencia Stovall. It is just an honor to be here today, to be honored as one of the women in radio, the 7 wonders of radio.
Yes.
I think I'm an official Georgia Peach now, right?
You are definitely seasoned, definitely deserving of that title. Tell us about your journey and the story behind you coming into radio.
Well, I will tell you, my next door neighbor was the general manager for the radio station, and I went next door. He had a guy that was on the air, and this guy was completely horrible. And so I knocked on the door, and I said, look, I think I can do better. And he said, really? So he said, be at work tomorrow, and that's how I actually got in radio. But I always practiced on the microphones at Popeye's Fried Chicken. How about that? You know, the little, that's what I did.
That is so cool.
This has been something that I have wanted to do my entire life. It is not like I just came into this career. This is what I wanted to do all my life, and I've been just so blessed in this business.
Absolutely. Tell us what passions and projects are you pursuing?
Right now I have a nonprofit organization called One, and it's to bring diverse cultures together. That's my nonprofit, and that's my baby. And also I am working on a new nationally syndicated program called The J-Spot with Renee Miller, and it's produced by the Mitch Faulkner Group. So I'm very happy about that.
Beautiful, Renee. Where can we stay connected? What are your websites and social media? Last for us.
Okay, it's realrenee.tv, and that's Renee with one E.
Thank you so much, Renee. Congratulations on your honor, and look forward to seeing more from you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Atlanta, for watching. Your host, Simone Jameson, with the gorgeous Renee Miller. Stay tuned. Hey Atlanta, this is your host Simone Jameson for On the Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. Today, I am standing with the notorious Cynthia Young of KISS 104.1 formerly. Yes. How are you, Cynthia?
I'm wonderful, wonderful. This is a great honor today. I tell you, it's wonderful to be appreciated while you're still here and can say thank you and can kind of bask in the loveliness of all of this. So this is a great honor today. I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. So now, I was getting a little bit of your backstory before, and you said you made the transition from radio personality to accountant.
Actually, you know, I had dual careers all along. I worked in the hotel industry. I would work in the hotel industry during the week, and on weekends I would do radio. Then I had an opportunity to, I was at KISS for a lot of years and had an opportunity to go full-time, and did a midday show there for about 8 years, but I always had dual careers. You know, you want to have something to fall back on, you know. So, you know, when I left KISS, I went on back to the hotel industry, and I'm a controller for the Radisson Hotel. Yeah. So I had
pretty lucrative. What is your background, and how did you make the transition into radio initially?
Well, radio was my first love. I went to high school for radio. I went to Performing Arts High School in Buffalo, New York, Buffalo. And from there, I came to Atlanta. Actually, I left Buffalo and went to Panama City, Florida, and then had an opportunity to come to Atlanta. And I worked, my first station was V-103. Then I worked for another version of KISS, and then WIGO, and then back to KISS. So, but the whole time I knew that I needed to, I wanted to have a dual career. So I did the hotel thing and I did radio, and it was, it was a great combination.
Yeah. How can we stay connected with you on social media?
You can get me on Facebook at Miss C Young on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. You can find me by Miss C Young. I'm everywhere.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. It's been an absolute pleasure. And thank you for watching Atlanta. Stay tuned for more great coverage. And joining me now at the Honoring Seven Wonders of Radio event is the Queen Raquaya, Queen Goddess of House Music, Queen Raquaya Ward. How are you, Raquaya?
I am excellent and excited.
Absolutely great to see you out here today. Tell us, how did you earn that title, Queen Goddess?
Well, I've taught a lot of people in radio. I started with a skeleton crew at Clark College, which is now Clark Atlanta. And I was there for almost 10 years. I've been to Africa. I've been to several countries. I taught a lot of people. I also gave them at WRFG, where I am now, I gave them the bio or the format for interviewing. I'm a great interviewer. Yes. And I've been doing radio over 40 years. I'm the oldest living female DJ still functioning, and I play house music every Saturday night on 89.3. Oh yeah, so I love it.
Yeah, so you've been at this for a little while now, so tell us, what are some tricks and lays of the land that you've learned that you can share with us?
I've learned that if you talk to people, if you really talk to people and tell them some things they need to know, inform them, give them some things they should think about, it will always go further. You'd be surprised.
Wow. I love that.
Myself the messenger of music for Atlanta and the world. Yes.
Beautiful, Raquaya. So tell us, off the top of your head, what is your most favorite experience being in radio?
Poetry, spiritual poetry, and affirmations. I share those even on my Facebook to uplift people. Because if I feel a certain kind of way, I know others are feeling a certain kind of way. They'll have a situation and may not even know that situation until I bring it to the light. And I respect my elders. I always tell people to think about the older people because they have wisdom still to give us. Oh, yes. And also the other talent that I have, I became a licensed massage therapist. And I'm very good. I graduated with a 4.0 from Everest Institute.
Oh. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us, how did you get put on, or connected rather, with D Hill, and how does it feel to be an honoree at this event today?
Well, we have a group called The Gathering where all my peers and colleagues go every 2 months out to Piccadilly's in Greenbrier. And Doug Steele started that gathering. It's for radio personalities and record people. And so we just fellowship with one another, network with one another. And she came in, and last year, she didn't really know who I was. And when she found out this year, she said, "You got to be there this year." So I said, I'm excited. I've been the biggest cheerleader about it.
I would love to make it out to one of those. Where can we catch you nowadays, Raquaya? And how can we stay connected on social media, and what are your websites?
You can connect with me with WRFG and the world on www.wrfg.org. And you can also catch me to be your angel to the rescue for my licensed massage therapy.
I love that. I might come in and work in and get a massage with you.
You should.
I feel a kink coming on right now, but thank you so much, Raquaya. You've been beautiful.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Great to have you. And thank you, Atlanta, for watching. Stay tuned for more. Hey, Atlanta. Thank you for continuing to roll with us here on the guest list. Joining me now are the beautiful duo, Raquaya Ward, mother, and Sincerely Ward, daughter.
Yeah, it's me.
Am I right? Now I spoke with your mother, but now we want to get a little more on you. Sincerely, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm super excited about my mom receiving yet another honor for long and dedicated work in the field of radio. So, yeah, she's a very special person and super eccentric. It's really fun when I tell my friends, yeah, my mom's a radio DJ, like a house music radio DJ. They're like, what? And usually they end up kicking me to the curb and becoming best friends with my mom. So whatever, I've learned to deal with it.
Jiving on that one. She's jiving on that one.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Sometimes she comes and sit at the station with me. She brings a friend, and they be so excited. So
We have a ball. We have a good time.
Great. Well, yeah. So growing up in the household with house jazz legend, Queen house jazz legend. So I know that had to influence you being in media and film and entertainment.
Well,
So how was that
definitely.
upbringing?
I don't think that obviously it's a very subconscious thing, but actually both of my parents are radio personalities. My father passed away a couple years ago, but even their story alone is really cool and how they met and everything. So I literally have definitely been in the household of jazz, of house music, because that's what they were doing when I was growing up. So it's influenced me as far as inspiring me to want to explore other cultures and, see the world. My mom, she's been to Africa and Paris and all these different things, before anybody was thinking it was hot to do. So, I know that definitely affected me and the woman that I am today. Obviously, I dibble and dabble in film and television. So catch me. I got next on E. Don't tell anybody. I can't tell you the show, but I will be taking it to another level. Hopefully I'll be making her proud and transcending from not only radio but into television as well. So yeah, you'll see me.
And can I just say you are absolutely gorgeous and incredibly tall.
Thank you. She will
Do you
take
model?
all the credit for it. I used to model once upon a time. I didn't focus on like high fashion or anything like that because I was very proud of my body and didn't want it to influence how my perception of myself and my self-esteem. So I focused mainly on beauty campaigns and hair boxes and ads campaigns and things like that. But then after that, it's always like, what's the next step? So the natural evolution is to do television, right? Or movies, right? So I was able to evolve. I did Too Fast, Too Furious, Spider-Man 3, Bad Boys 2, blah, blah, blah. Look up my IMDb. I've been around.
Beautiful to hear.
So I did start out modeling, and my natural evolution was to move on into film and television. Yeah.
So who are you expecting to work with in the near future?
In the near future, it would be really cool. Well, I have a cameo in the Tupac biopic that's coming out, All Eyes on Me. That should be out this summer around his birthday. So it'd be great to work with Benny Boom again. It'd be great to work with John Singleton again, who I worked with on Too Fast, Too Furious. It'd be great to work with any of the people I've seen, when I first initially came into the scene. They've grown and elevated. It'll be really like a full circle moment to work with them again, like your Jesse Toreros, Chris Robinson, who just did the New Edition movie. That was a great success. So these are all people that I call as friends, and it'd be great to be able to work with them again and be on set. Yeah.
Great. All rising stars and all a star in their own right, just like you. So lastly for us, please shout out your social media websites and any words of advice or encouragement or things that you want to get out there to your audience.
Okay. My social media, my Instagram, which I live on, is Sincerely W, Sincerely W. I'm very simple. Pretty much all my social media is like my name, Sincerely Ward. You can definitely find me. My website is sincerelyward.com. And my Snapchat is Sincerely Ward, because we'll be on that Snap. And I have a resort wear collection, which my mother loves to stay in. She looks forward to any event so she can have an excuse to come in my closet. But it's called Jet Set Culture. And I co-own a holistic health spa called Clean Start. Check them out, cleanstarttotalbodycleansing.com. And yeah, if I could give a word of advice, it would be never, ever give up. Don't ever let anyone paint your world for you, because they will surely paint it too small. My mother is a wonderful testament to that. Look at her. She's, I'm going to say 50 plus something. And she's...
Doesn't look it.
Yeah, the new 47. But, she's still going, she went through a period of I don't want to say losing herself, but devoting herself to my father and to raising me and my twin. And, you know, she stepped away from it for a minute, but she still never gave up. And she always had the love of music in her heart. And, you know, she's a perfect example of that. So just never give up because, you know, it takes 13 years to become overnight success. And I think we're testaments to that.
Wow. Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you so much, sincerely. You have any last minute words you want to add, Raquaya?
Always believe in yourself and keep on dreaming and having faith. Always.
Man, y'all are just awesome. Y'all are a mother-daughter knockout. Yes, I see the resemblance.
We are the new messengers. Yes, we are.
Well, you've got it. With great power comes great responsibility.
Assistant from time to time. How about that?
Thank you so much, Raquaya, and sincerely, you've been absolute darling. Thank you, Atlanta, for watching. I hope you enjoyed our interview. Most definitely. Out here at the Honoring 7 Wonders in Radio, joining me is one of them, Miss Lorraine Jacques White, who had been a radio personality for 15 years at WAOK. Lorraine, how does it feel to be honored today in such a esteemed event?
It's absolutely magnificent, and I want to thank Dee Hill for this great, great honor, as well as Representative Stovall. It's been wonderful.
Beautiful. Now we want to hear more about you, Lorraine, and this journey that you took into radio. How did that start for you, and what sort of pinnacles have you reached since then?
Actually, I started as a volunteer for a Monday night show, and then that blossomed into my own Monday night show. And then I moved from Monday night to 10 to 2 daily, then 3 to 6 daily, and then I did the morning show from 6A to 10A, which was magnificent. I loved it.
Beautiful. So what would you say are some of your proudest or most favorite moments working in radio?
My favorite moments would be whenever someone was motivated, or I'd meet somebody on the street, as I did today, who says, "We miss you so much on the radio," or whenever a life was changed. When somebody would say to me, "Because of the subject you did on forgiveness, I'm no longer walking in pain. I'm no longer locked in a prison of my own making." Those kinds of shows really were wonderful for me.
I love that, Lorraine. Now, you are obviously such a staple here in Atlanta. What community issues and what projects really touch you the most? Some that you'd even previously mentioned in your radio show.
Well, I'm working a lot at my church, and we have done events such as Fearlessly Girl, where we have a program for girls 7 to 18, motivating them to love themselves and feel good about who they are and what they do. We also do one for boys, the same age group, 7 to 18, called King. And when they leave there, we use the time to help them feel like the king they really are.
Oh, I love that. Fearless Kings. I think we definitely need more of that community and empowerment here in Atlanta. So thank you so much for that, Lorraine. So tell us more about your background. Are you originally from Atlanta, or where can we stay connected with you and keep up with you when you're not in the radio realm?
I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and people can keep up with me on my Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'm very active on Facebook. I'm on there every day posting articles the same way that I did when I was on the radio. So I'm excited about the great things that God is doing in my life. Looking forward to new horizons, maybe on TV, and just keep in touch.
Absolutely. So do you have any events or any projects that we can look out for from you that you can shout out for us right now?
Yes. On the first Saturday in May, we will have Jacqueline Carr at Mount Ephraim Baptist Church for this year's Fearlessly Girl for girls ages 7 to 18. And the organizing principle, again, will be self-esteem, so that those ladies leave that event knowing they're a queen.
I love that. And you are a queen, too. We both are in our own rights. How did you get connected with Dee Hill? How did that relationship come about for you?
She called me on she hit me on Facebook, and then she called me and asked me to be a part of this event, and I said yes.
Yeah. And we are so esteemed to have you here, Lorraine, with us. Congratulations on being honored, and congratulations for being a veteran in radio. Do you have any words of advice or wisdom from what you've learned from being in the media?
Yes. If your dream isn't scaring you, it's not big enough.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Lorraine. And so where can we stay connected? What are your website, social media?
Facebook, Lorraine Jacques White, Twitter, Lorraine1380, and Instagram.
Thank you so much, Lorraine. You've been an absolute pleasure to catch up with. And thank you, Atlanta, for watching us. I'm your host, Simone Jameson, with Lorraine Jacques White. Y'all don't miss anymore. Hey Atlanta, thank you for continuing to watch us here on The Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. Your host, Simone Jameson here. Joining me now is Representative Billy Mitchell of District 88. So walk us through a day in the life of a Georgia State representative. What do you do on a day-to-day basis?
Well, as I like to say, is everything that affects your life in this state has to come through the chambers in this building. The reality is, from how much money you earn to what the content of your clothes, your food, how fast you can drive, what kind of education you can receive to be certified in just about any field is decided by the members of the legislature in this building. So it's an awesome responsibility, and some of the issues that we are deliberating upon now are whether we should have guns on campus, to whether the state should take over so-called schools that aren't performing well, to how much time you should get in jail if you commit the crime of sliding that is becoming prevalent in our communities.
Can you tell us more about that? What is sliding?
Sliding is the incident by which you go to the gas station to put gasoline in your car, and unbeknownst to you, while your back is turned putting in the gasoline, someone literally slides in on the other side of your car, take your belongings out of the car. It's been widely reported in many of our urban areas where this has been increasing at an alarming rate. So we have some legislators here that wish to do something about that.
And I've heard a lot about that, and some even recent victims, Queen Latifah, being in a similar situation.
That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, that particular incident inspired this particular legislator to, in fact, submit that bill. Right.
How Georgia is really stepping up and really trying to take this cause to the next level. So thank you for that, Billy.
Yeah.
So you represent District 88.
That's correct.
So what cities or what regions of Georgia fall in that district?
DeKalb County, Stone Mountain, Lithonia, Tucker, even have some of Doraville. It's a large area. It's the east portion of DeKalb County.
Hey Atlanta, still rolling at the Honoring Women in Radio event here at the Georgia State Capitol. Joining me now is the Woman of the Hour and the woman that was behind the makings and the processes for putting everything together and getting all of these honorees together, Miss Dee Hill. Fabulous. How are you, Dee?
I'm wonderful today. How are you? And thank you all for joining us today.
Doing fantastic, and thank you so much for having us out. How did this concept and really event sort of launch for you? How did you conceptualize it, and how did you sort of bring it to what it is today?
Well, actually, I knew some women that was in radio, some pioneers that was in radio, and I asked them have they ever been honored before, because I know how much radio means to me, and she told me no. She had been in radio for over 40 years. She's like the first female personality of 104.1, and when she told me no, I was very shocked, and I just said to myself, it's just something that had to be done. So that's how this all started. Matter of fact, last year was our very first one. It was a huge success, huge success. So I decided to do it again because a couple of women I didn't know directly, so they was left out. So I wanted to make sure that we honor them this year.
Okay, beautiful. So do you have any special connection or relationships with the honorees, and how did those come about?
Oh, yes, definitely. These are some of the women that I call whenever I need something. I have questions. I don't really look at them as women being in radio, but I also look at them as, close friends of mine. So whenever I have something I don't understand for as radio is concerned, they be the first one that I call. And, we go out and eat lunch and talk business and everything, talk about radio, because we all love radio. That's one thing that we all have in common. We love radio.
Yeah, so tell us more about your background, Dee. Now, we know that you have a history in radio. So do you have any shows or any other projects in radio coming up that we can check out for?
Yes, my show airs every Saturday night from 7 to 8 p.m. live on Love 860 AM WAEC. And I have another event coming up honoring men and women in radio. I just wanted to keep it women, but then the men start reaching out to me, hey, what about us? So that's why I decided to include them on this event, April the 22nd.
So why pick the Georgia State Capitol, and what community issues around the Capitol can you really shed light on for us here on camera?
Well, I don't know about community issues. I don't really follow that stuff. But I do know March, the reason I picked March, me and Valencia, because it is Women's Month. And you can't get any higher recognition than the state capitol and the governor. So that's why I picked the state capitol. And it's not that I picked the state capitol, I picked Valencia to help me get the resolution done. Okay.
Take us behind that process. What was it like getting those resolutions done, and what type of honor really is it?
To me, it's the highest honor in the state of Georgia that you could receive, acknowledging you, giving you your own personal day. And the process wasn't hard at all. It's just getting with that right representative that sees your vision. So, no, it wasn't a hard process. It's just when I met Valencia, me and her just clicked, and she knew my vision.
I love that, when you just have people that you can just come together with and you're already there on the same page.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So do you see yourself getting involved more in legislature here in Georgia, being connected with Valencia?
No, I do not, but I've learned so much just knowing her, and I just ask everybody to come out to the state capitol so that you'll know how bills are passed and what bills are being passed. So, things like that, I've learned just by knowing her.
We thank you so much for that. How can we stay connected with you? Website, social media, all that good stuff.
Yes, D Hill on Facebook, the D Hill on Instagram, and also Twitter. And I'm on Facebook every day, so definitely, I'm a social media queen. Definitely that.
We'll be looking out for that, Dee. Most definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you for putting this event together, because people in broadcast, even me being a media personality, like, everybody else gets the shine, because you're the one giving the interviews, you're the one getting out there and doing all the dirty work, but nobody really honors you. And so we thank you for putting on this event for such esteemed ladies here in Atlanta. They are icons, all icons in their own right.
I picked the highest quality of women in radio. I did.
Thank you so much again, Dee. Congratulations on all your success. We'll be keeping watch. And thank you, Atlanta, for watching Honoring in Women event with the 7 Wonders of Radio. I'm your host, Simone Jameson, for StreamATL.net. Don't go anywhere. There you have it, Atlanta. So we've gotten a chance to speak with some of the state representatives, as well as the 7 Wonders of Radio, some of the personalities from Veronica Waters to Raquaya Ward. So I hope you've enjoyed this exclusive, enticing episode. I'm your host, Simone Jameson. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at StreamATL, and keep watch for more great coverage from some of our other shows. Stay tuned, Atlanta. See you next time.